Am I a K-pop fan? Am I a 17 fan? Am I a Carat? Hey y'all, what's going on guys? So today is a day I never thought would come. Never thought I would ever film this type of video. Never thought I'd have the experience or the opportunity to film this type of video. But here we are, doing it. So as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be sharing with you my K-pop concert experience. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory as to how this even occurred. My sister is a very big K-pop fan. You've seen her in a couple of my videos where she does my makeup and I do hers. She knows a little over 40 bands, I'm pretty sure. So she's like, you know, pretty much an expert. 17 is one of those bands, and 17 is the band I was able to go see with her. They had come to Chicago because it was their first world tour, or first US tour. I think it's first world tour. And Chicago was the first place in the US on their list. And so Hannah really wanted to go because it's about 2 hours from where we live. Both of her friends that also like K-pop couldn't go. Because Hannah's gone to a ton of concerts with me when I didn't have anyone, okay, not a ton, but like, she's gone to concerts with me that I just wasn't able to find anyone else to go with. I was like, okay, I'll do this favor for you. I'll go with you. And I didn't know what to expect. I didn't think I would hate it, but I also didn't think I would love it. So I went in with an open mind because I know that K-pop is kind of either you love it or hate it, I guess, in America, or like some people are kind of in between. So I wasn't really expecting much, but I also didn't want to trash it right out of the gate because I knew that, okay, I have to at least give it a chance. Even though some people do trash it, I have to give it the benefit of the doubt. So I went in with a very open mind, and let me tell you, first things first, when we got there, the line outside the venue wrapped around the entire parking lot, and it was like easily a mile. Like, it was so incredibly long. We actually saw the concert at the Rosemont venue, which is the one Niall's going to be performing in this fall. But we saw it at the Rosemont in Chicago, Illinois. And it, oh my gosh, I mean, we got there, like, the line keeps going. Like, I'm like, we got there around 5:45. I'm like, there's no way they're going to be able to open the gates at 7, or like start the concert at 7. They did. Everyone got in time. But it just looked so long. And it didn't take too long to get through. It took about 20 minutes. I thought it was going to take way longer, but even so, I mean, the line was just ridiculous. Which also brings me to my next point. I was surprised by the type of variety of people that were there. I didn't really know what to expect with K-pop fans. I knew it wasn't just Koreans, obviously not, but I didn't really know what to expect, but there were so many people there that just looked so different, like they were just so unique, and I was like, wow, like, there are so many people here that I wouldn't expect to like K-pop. Like, there's just certain people where you see them walking down the street and you never would think that they listen to Korean music. You wouldn't guess that they do, but they do. And that was actually really, really cool to see that they reached such a broad audience. So because the line was so incredibly long, of course it was nearly sold out. It wasn't quite sold out, but it was nearly. And considering it was a Korean group in America, I was actually surprised by the amount of people there. And the venue was actually pretty full. You'll see in a couple pictures I'll show later in the video where there's a lot of people there. Like, I mean, the venue is not like massive, but it's still pretty big. Like, I was still pretty impressed by the crowd they drew in. I think they were shocked too by the way they were talking. So I'm going to explain a couple of little things about the band. So for one, they have specific lights. A lot of K-pop bands have specific lights, which I learned. Everyone at the concert, or almost everyone at the concert, was holding up their specific light, which is like a triangle thing. I'll post it. Boom! Here's a little picture of it now. So a lot of people held up those lights, especially at the end. So at the end of the concert, we're jumping to the end for a second. At the end of the concert, they had a bunch of streamers and confetti, and everyone was holding up the lights because that's just what you do at a concert. And even some of the members were saying, like, are you guys holding our lights? Like, that's so awesome. Like, where did you get those? Like, they were actually surprised, which I thought was kind of funny. Every band has specific lights, and almost everyone at 17 concert had 17's lights, or the light that they use. Another thing that I noticed during the concert, right off the bat, these guys can dance. Wow. I was very impressed. I knew K-pop had a lot of dancing. I've never actually been to a choreographed dancing concert before, but they could just dance so well. But I am so bad at dancing, and I'm like, these guys are so talented. They were just so incredibly talented. And I've been to an Austin Mahone concert before where it was like him and 2 other backup dancers. That was the only choreographed concert I've been to. Wait, that was the only choreographed dance in a concert that I've been to. And this one, sorry Austin, but it topped it. It did top it because they are so in sync. There's also just a lot of them. I feel like when you're dancing with a huge group, it can be more difficult, and I was very impressed. Another thing I noticed right off the bat was that they're matching outfits. Again, I haven't really been to a concert where they match outfits. R5 used to. They do a little bit now, but not nearly as much as they did in the past. And it worked. I mean, they kind of had to match outfits because their dance moves were completely in sync and all that. Another thing I will say is that this isn't true for every single K-pop band, but 17 breaks up into 3 subgroups of the larger group. We have performance, vocal, and rappers. The performance group consists of V8, Dino, Hoshi, and June. And if you'll notice in the video, if you're a huge K-pop fan or a huge 17 fan, you'll know that there's only 3 members in the performance group dancing. It's because Hoshi actually couldn't make it to this concert. I didn't hear what they said in the beginning of the concert because everyone was screaming, so you couldn't really understand what they were saying anyway. But Hoshi was like rushed to the hospital. I don't really know the whole story. I wish I did, but he wasn't able to perform at the concert. So that's just a little backstory. Vocalists consist of DK, Joshua, Woozi, Sungkwan, and Junghan. And rappers consist of Mingyu, Vernon, Wonwoo, and S-Coops. Let me tell you, I am so proud that I know that because it took me forever to finally like separate them into groups and okay, this is who's in this group, and like to know all their names. I'm just saying I've come a really long way with this band. So I'm really proud of myself for knowing that because it's really difficult because there's so many of them. I will say one thing though, at the very end of the concert, I didn't film this, but at the very end of the concert, you know, what you expect is that they do their encore, they had an encore. If they do their encore, you know, they say thank you or, you know, whatever else they want to say, and then they get off the stage. Not the way it worked this time. So they all lined up, all 13, or at this point it was 12, so all 12 of them lined up, and they went down the line, and they all said something. They all had to say something about the experience that they had performing. Only Vernon and Joshua can speak English, or like are comfortable speaking English. They had a translator, so they would talk, and then the translator would talk, and then they would, and the translator. So it just came to a point where I was kind of like, can we just like keep it going? But for the fans, for people who were there, it was really, really sweet, and I can see why they did it. And I feel like if it was One Direction or a band that I grew up loving, I mean, I thought it was really, really sweet. And one thing I noticed from all their speeches is that they're all so humble and so kind. Like they were so, but the way they were saying, they're like, oh, you guys are all so beautiful, or oh, we want to hear your voice again, and like, oh, like, thank you so much for coming out, like, this is incredible, and like, they were all just so humble to be there, and that was one thing that I really appreciated in a band. Okay, so this is the section of the video where I give you a little video montage of my concert videos that I actually ended up taking, which I didn't think I would, because I don't want to go through and explain each song or everything that went down when I could just show you, because that's way more entertaining. So without further ado, here's a little montage of some of my favorite moments. Ready, go.
No
was impressed. I was very impressed. Didn't think I was going to like this concert. Didn't think I'd come away listening to their music, but I was very impressed. I really enjoyed myself. Like, I actually really enjoyed this concert. So much so that I have 3 of their songs on my August playlist. But yeah, I've added 3 of their songs to my playlist. OMG, Habit, love Habit, and Very Nice, or like Aju Nice. That's what they say. So overall, am I a K-pop fan? Am I a 17 fan? Am I a Carat? Is that how you say it? I actually don't know how you would address yourself. I will say this, I have watched a couple of 17 videos since, so I have developed a fan liking for them. There is a part of me that is slowly becoming a fan, especially of Vernon. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you want me to do more story times like this, I definitely can. There's plenty of story times I have lined up. Trust me, so many things have happened to me. I'll leave 17's links, or like I'll leave their YouTube link down below so you can check them out. Otherwise you can probably just type in 17 into your search bar and you'll find them. Yeah, I think that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like the video as always and subscribe. And I'll see you next time with another video. Bye!